how do I program deadlifts? I'm doing the Strong Lifts program, and it's only one set of 5, and that's 1.5 times per week because it tends to make you really tired. That's not enough to fuel my need to deadlift. It also seems like it's not nearly enough volume for hamstrings, but 5 times whatever twice a week is also too much now that they are getting heavy. So what's the middle ground? Do I program other exercises for hamstrings to make up for the loss of volume and sets? So this is a great question, and what he's basically asking is, if I want to improve my deadlift, but the total load in sets and reps that I'm using right now is already taxing me a lot during the week, how do I get better at the deadlifts? How do I program them into my training without overly taxing myself? The deadlift is really interesting because it's probably one of the most taxing movements out of all of the barbell compound movements. And it's because it recruits a lot of muscle tissue. It requires your whole body, it requires balance, it requires a focus on technique, and for some reason it overly taxes your energy reserves. So what I tend to do with this for the programming that I use is I will tend to program some type of deadlift variant into the program once per week, and that's typically if someone's training their lower body twice per week. I'll have a conventional deadlift or a Romanian deadlift, which is probably my favorite version, trap bar deadlifts, rack deads, there's a whole bunch of different ones you can do. But I will focus on one as being the strength movement, and that's what we aim to improve. But it's probably not enough volume for the glutes and the hamstrings, especially if you're going for muscle growth. So what I tend to do is I program other exercises that hit the hamstrings and hit the glutes, but aren't nearly as taxing as the deadlifts. So a good example is to do some Romanian deadlifts with dumbbells, or some hyperextensions, cable pull-throughs, or even hip thrusts, something like that that is not as taxing, but still gives you more volume for the hamstrings and glutes that allows your body to grow and recover at the same time. And over time, this is going to carry over into more strength for the deadlift. But for most people, the deadlift is pretty taxing, so it's hard to program more than a few times per week. And if you want to do it that way, it's highly recommended that you follow a program that's specifically built around improving the deadlift, or have someone that's guiding you that can monitor your biofeedback and make sure that you're progressing instead of regressing.
Thank you so much for watching. Creating videos like this is a lot of fun, but it also takes a lot of time, so I would appreciate if you would share it with your friends, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode of Just the Tip.